When the war broke out in 41 or so, he and his buddies were going to Kansas City to the induction center to sign up. And I don't know how many of them there were, but all of his friends were accepted and were sent off. Dad got denied. He had had an accident and had a ruptured spleen. He was driving a delivery truck and for his uncle, and where they put the trucks at night, they'd come in an alley and go down this hill in the garage door and park the trucks, and he was the last guy in, so there was one space left for him, and he went inside and unlocked the door, and about the time he got the door unlocked, his brakes let go on his truck and it came rolling down through and pinned him against the next truck inside and ruptured his spleen. And I think he was unconscious for 3 or 4 days before they brought him around. And because of that, when his friends went to the induction center in Kansas City, he was denied and they sent him home. And he was always big in shop and electrical stuff in high school. And his shop teacher said, "Hey, I got a deal here if you're interested." Well, no, when he and the buddies went up to Kansas City to the induction center, Dad had to come. He said his longest journey between Kansas City and Independence, he had to come home all by himself. All his buddies were accepted and went on. He said he always felt that was pretty sad because he wanted to go with his friends. And of that bunch, I asked once, I don't remember, but I think when the war was over, I think 4 of them didn't return. The rest all returned from the war. Some came back to Independence. Well, I guess it was other guys in California that came back, into consolidated whatnot out in California. But he had stories to tell about being in San Diego. He said one Sunday afternoon, he and his other friends from Western Kansas went driving, and they pulled in a gated property just to see who was there, and drove up and met Bing Crosby and his boys. And he came over and said, "You boys aren't supposed to be in here." He said, "Well, we're from Kansas and we were just looking around." And he turned out, he stopped and visited with them for quite a while, found out, they told him they were building airplanes down in San Diego, and it was very nice. He said there was a sign out there. He said, "I know there is." So he says, "When you see that on somebody's driveway, don't come in." He says, not everybody will react nicely. But they had a nice visit and thanked him for his hospitality and left.
Well, that's good.